Where did that go? I think I left something at the White House. I think Hunter will find it for me. He's got a knack for these things. Good evening and happy fear-mongering to you. Tonight's top stories. A court rules that the Biden administration violating the First Amendment is a violation of the First Amendment? Apparently, and the Supreme Court is discriminating against affirmative action. America's favorite ice cream, Beta Ben & Jerry's, Bud Lights themselves while only insulting everyone in America. And Facebook launches its next product that no one will be interested in. It's called Threads. All this and more. But first, cocaine has been found at the White House. Officials found a bag of cocaine in the West Wing of the White House on Sunday. And nobody knows whose it is. And rumor has it that world-renowned connoisseur of crack cocaine, Hunter Biden, was just in the West Wing on Friday. So we repeat, nobody knows whose it is. There is speculation that if Hunter hadn't been grazing in the area, a much larger quantity likely would have been found. But cocaine at the White House? It is almost incomprehensible to consider that people who run the country as if they're high on drugs all the time might be getting high on drugs. We'll keep you posted on the latest developments of the authorities' search to make sure that the culprit is never found. Can you book me a trip back to the White House? And what did President Trump have to say about the definitely not Biden's blow being found? In a post on his Truth Social network, number 45 said, "Does anybody really believe that the cocaine found in the West Wing of the White House, very close to the Oval Office, is for the use of anyone other than Hunter and Joe Biden? But watch, the fake news media will soon start saying that the amount found was very small and it wasn't really cocaine, but rather ground up aspirin, and the story will vanish." Has deranged Jack Smith, the crazy Trump-hating special prosecutor, been seen in the area of cocaine? He looks like a crackhead to me. Once again, President Trump is spouting off lies. And in other news, we've received reports that the amount of cocaine found was very small and likely wasn't really cocaine, but rather ground up aspirin. Case closed. And the parent company of Facebook, Meta, has just launched Threads, a platform meant to compete with Twitter. The main selling point of Threads is that it offers you a new place to be censored on. So check it out. And in rather disappointing news on censorship, a court has ruled that the Biden administration can't collude with social media companies on censorship. The court erroneously believes that the Biden administration attempting to abolish free speech is a violation of one's right to free speech. In the case, federal judge Terry Doughty issued the ruling while also stating, during the COVID-19 pandemic, a period perhaps best characterized by widespread doubt and uncertainty, the United States government seems to have assumed a role similar to an Orwellian Ministry of Truth. We have no idea why the judge would be saying such a thing, and we hate him for it. And in the words of George Orwell himself, the further a society drifts from truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. But I don't think there's any truth to that, and I also hate Orwell. And last week, the Supreme Court overturned affirmative action. Now those who claim to want to put an end to racism will have to find a new way to discriminate based on race. Our condolences to all those who practice the ancient art form of racism under the modern form of anti-racism. This just in! Just as a reminder to you, Epstein definitely didn't not kill himself, and Ghislaine Maxwell trafficked minors to no one. Nothing to see here. But one movie thinks there not only is something to see here, it's raising awareness to expose sex trafficking. And that is the film Sound of Freedom, the proceeds of which are donated to the cause of rescuing children who are enslaved in trafficking. Sound of Freedom premiered on the 4th of July and topped the box office, beating out mega-budget Indiana Jones and other major Hollywood films that definitely don't have people involved in anything nefarious that the Sound of Freedom exposes. And in other news, Mel Gibson is set to release a docu-series that exposes the Hollywood sex trafficking ring. That definitely doesn't exist, so stay tuned for that. But I'm not nervous. You're nervous. I'm fine. I'm cool as a cucumber. It's calm though. After Bud Light set a new all-time record for lost sales with a 31% drop compared to the same time period last year, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream threw their hat into the ring with this very patriotic tweet on the 4th of July. This 4th of July, it's high time we recognize that the US exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it. Makes sense, and the owners of Ben & Jerry's, with their wealth, happen to own land, and as of this airing, we've yet to receive reports of them handing back any of their properties to the indigenous. Yet stay tuned, as we surely expect them to, because Ben & Jerry's certainly wouldn't want to come across as hypocrites, would they? And in a podcast that we wish the Biden administration could have gotten censored, Joe Rogan had Ice Cube on, where they discussed Mr. Cube's turning down $9 million for a movie because he didn't want to get vaccinated.
I saw that you'd have to pass on a movie because they wanted you to get shot.
Yeah. You know, they, strangest thing, you know, it's like what happened to the HIPAA laws, you know, or OSHA, one of them, I forgot, I think it's HIPAA, you know, where you're not supposed to reveal a person's medical status. And here it is, they printing mine.
From my heart to yours, I can't stress enough how stupid Ice Cube is for turning down $9 million.
I'm like, what they want is for people to tell me I'm stupid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They want people to tell me, you turning down $9 million, you stupid.
As Ice Cube is undoubtedly suffering major sickness due to his refusal to comply with the only thing that will give you immunity, I'm sure he's regretting his decision.
I don't care if it was 20 million. That was never going to happen.
And if you got injured from that vaccine, you would have paid that $20 million to be healthy again.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Full of regret. That's it for tonight's news. Sadly, the Constitution is being upheld in some ways, and Hunter's laptop isn't the only thing he's leaving behind nowadays. I'll obviously be visiting the White House sometime soon. Oh, and also Biden is now using a CPAP machine, so you can realistically expect everything to turn around for the better for our country. And I'm sure it doesn't mean anything, but Biden has a different face than he used to. Don't think about that too long or too hard. Good night! Let's cut the crap. You know that I love Magnesium Breakthrough because it's been a life changer for my sleep, conquering stress, giving me relaxation, and boosting my mood. And if you have never tried it, now's your chance. So listen up. For this month only, you can get a free bottle of the best-selling full-spectrum supplement that contains all 7 forms of magnesium that your body craves in exactly the right balances. My good friends at Bioptimizers, the makers of Magnesium Breakthrough, are offering a 14-day sleep challenge. And part of that, for my viewers, they're offering a free 14-day supply. All you have to do is cover the small shipping charge. Yeah, seriously, that's it. No other strings attached. No other purchases required. Their challenge is simple. Try Magnesium Breakthrough for 14 days and experience all the benefits I just mentioned. If your sleep and energy are not absolutely rocking by the end of 14 days, then you've lost absolutely nothing. But if they are, your life is back on track. And to get your free bottle, just go to magbreakthrough.com/JPFree and enter code AWAKEN. Yeah, that's it. And just a note, Bioptimizers wouldn't be letting me give away these free bottles if they weren't 100% confident in Magnesium Breakthrough's effectiveness. And I've been using it regularly for over 3 years, so I can testify to that. To get your free 14-day supply and join the challenge, just go to magbreakthrough.com/JPFree and use code AWAKEN. This is a limited time offer for this month only. So get on it now.